Hey guys, my name is Yuvraj. Welcome to my channel Technology Zone. I hope all of you are doing absolutely fine. Just few days ago, I had unboxed Samsung Galaxy A52. During my unboxing video, I asked you that what are the questions you have, you can post me in YouTube and Twitter. So today I will take all of those questions which you have posted to me. So let us begin the FAQ session. So first question is, what are the RAM and storage variants? This phone comes in 4 colors. This is awesome blue. There are other 3 colors: awesome black, awesome white and awesome violet. The storage and RAM variants are LPDDR4X RAM for both 6GB and 8GB and 128GB of UFS 2.1 storage. Out of 128GB, by default you will get approximately 102GB available in your phone. There is also a dedicated microSD option which supports up to 1TB. I hope this solves your doubt. Now next question is, what is the processor of A52? This is the flagship one. The A52 comes with Snapdragon 720G processor. It is a year-old processor, means it was first introduced in 2020, early 2020. So it has already been a year, but this is a tried and tested processor from Qualcomm, very stable one. So it doesn't get hit very easily. It has a core of 2.3 maximum as well as minimum of 1.8 gigahertz. It is a 8nm based fabrication based processor. So it has Adreno 618 GPU for your gaming needs, and if you do your moderate tasks like browsing social media, watching some content, playing light games, this processor can handle all those tasks very easily. Now the next question is, what is the material used in the construction? Samsung Galaxy A52 has polycarbonate back. This entire back is polycarbonate. However, it has matte finish, so it will not attract much fingerprint. Means you can use this phone without any cover. As you can see, I have been using this phone without any cover. Still, none of any fingerprints has been shown in the back of this phone. Now next question is, how is the screen? Does it have a high refresh rate? I'm very happy to inform you that unlike Samsung Galaxy A62, which I had unboxed in my channel couple of weeks ago, this phone has 90Hz display rate. Over here you can see that if I go to the settings, then if I go over here from the display and in the motion smoothness, by default it will be high. So you don't have to worry. By default it will come with 90Hz screen. It has a full HD resolution 2400 into 1080p Super AMOLED panel from Samsung. As we all know, Samsung Super AMOLED panels are always the best. Very vibrant colors, inky blacks, punchy colors. And this phone has also Widevine L1 certification, so you can watch all your favorite content in Amazon Prime as well as in Netflix in HD format. It has also peak brightness of 800 nits, and the display protection which has been used in the front of the phone is Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So the next question is, there are a lot of questions. I think this is one of the most popular phone of Samsung in 2021. What is the battery capacity? How much time it takes to charge from 0 to 100%? This phone has 4000 mAh 500 mAh battery. By default in the box it has 15-watt charger, as I mentioned in the unboxing video, but this phone supports 25-watt charger. So if you charge this phone with the included 15-watt charger, it will take approximately 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. But if you have any spare 25-watt charger in the house, then this phone will take maximum 1.5 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. The next question is, what are the biometrics present? The biometrics are normal, regular pattern, pin, password, as well as in display. Let me show you. This is the in display one. Obviously, it is optical and it fares quite well. See, it fares quite well. It is not the fastest, but it will do your job. And the facial unlocking is also there. But I will prefer go for the fingerprint because facial unlocking is not very secure. It is just front camera is being used for the facial unlocking, so it is not very secure to use in the regular life. Now next question is, how is the network reception? Does it support 5G? Does it have carrier aggregation support? The network reception in this phone is fantastic. Snapdragon 720G is one of the most stable processor by Qualcomm, and it supports carrier aggregation also. So 4G plus, I am using this phone with both my Airtel as well as Vodafone Idea SIM, and in both the SIMs I am getting 4G plus support. So you don't have to worry about the network. The earpiece quality is also very good. So while I generally take a lot of calls over the phone, so while taking those calls I am not facing any problem. I can hear the other party's voice very easily. However, if you want 5G, my dear, this phone is not for you. This phone does not support 5G network at all. So if you want 5G, I will prefer you go for other phone. Now next question is, let me see what are the sensors present. This phone has all the sensors. You all know that Samsung generally doesn't skip any sensor in their A series phone. So considering it's a A series one, that too in 2021, this phone has accelerometer, proximeter, light sensor, geomagnetic, proximity sensor, all the sensors possible, as well as the NFC. Now what are the connectivity options? USB type C of type 2 gen. There is the earphone jack is also there, and Wi-Fi support, dual 4G, dual VoLTE, dual Wi-Fi calling, NFC, all the support which you require these days are present in Samsung Galaxy A52. You don't have to worry about that. Obviously GPS is there, GLONASS, if you use those services. Now what is the software version? I'm very happy to inform you that unlike many vendors who are still shipping phone with Android 10, however Samsung Galaxy A52 comes with One UI 3.1 based on Android 11 running February 2021 security patch right out of the box. Let me show you. Now if we go to the settings, and then if we go to the software version, means from the about phone, then software version, over here you can see One UI 3.1 with Android 11 running February 2021 security patch. Today is April, I know, but it will soon be updated to April 2021 security patch. And the best thing is that Samsung has promised 3 years of Android version updates and 4 years of monthly security updates. I can assure you that hardly there are any vendors who has promised such software update schedule. Just recently Samsung has been very active in the software update schedule, and A52 is not the exception. This phone will be for your future proof because it will keep on getting updates from Samsung, and your phone will keep on getting secured with the Android version updates. And it has also the Knox security, Knox 3.7 version. It is hardware and software based, so you don't have to worry. All your fingerprint, all your financial data, all your phone data are saved in the defense graded security Knox 3.7 present in Samsung Galaxy A52. Now let me go to the next question. The next question is, does it support full version of Samsung Pay? This phone has Samsung Pay but with NFC, so it doesn't have a dedicated MST chip which we used to found in the previous A version like A71. So I will say that this phone will support Samsung Pay up to 2000 rupees at the POS terminal, and if you want to have any transaction above 2000, then the pin of the card is required. Samsung Pay is very common feature which we use in our country India, so I can assure you that you can use this phone for the Samsung Pay feature available over here. Now next question is, what are the gaming performance? So Snapdragon 720G considering is the most tried and tested one by Qualcomm. You can play games, means I played Call of Duty. You can play Call of Duty at medium graphic and medium settings. This phone can handle at maximum graphic and maximum settings, but if you keep on playing that game constantly, after half an hour the frame rate of the game may drop, means you can't get maximum of 60 fps. The frame rate will drop to 20 to 30 fps. So I will advise you that if you want to have a pleasant gaming experience, play this game at a very medium graphics setting. You can play all the games like PUBG, now is banned, but you can try PUBG Korean version. There is Call of Duty, you can play Genshin Impact. All of the games can be playable considering it is one of the premium mid-range processor from Qualcomm. Now next is, how is the camera setup? I will make a dedicated camera review where I will compare this phone with Samsung Galaxy A52 as well as Pixel 4a, because if you rewind, Samsung Galaxy A52 and the A52 has almost same camera features, I mean that too was from 64, over here is also 64, so more or less the camera features are same. So let me just brief you about the camera specification. This phone has quadra camera setup, primary 64 megapixel with OIS support, second is ultra wide camera of 12 megapixel, the other two are 5 megapixel depth, 5 megapixel macro. The 64 megapixel have a focal length of f1.8, the ultra wide has focal length of f2.2, the other two macro and depth has focal length of f2.4. With the primary camera, that is 64 megapixel, you have all the features, like if you want to see, if I go to the mode, you can have all this pro mode, night mode, portrait mode, slow motion video. In the video front also you can record up to 4K 30 fps. EIS is also being applied over there, and there are the 1080p as well as 60 and 30 fps. In the past I have seen Samsung has skipped 1080p at the 60 fps option, but over here it has provided. There is slow motion also, there is pro video mode also, so all the hyperlapse video also present. So all the features you can find in the 64 megapixel primary camera with OIS support. The same features can be replicated in the 12 megapixel ultra wide support. So the 12 megapixel ultra wide, there is the best thing is that there is hardly any color disparity. When when I will show you the camera samples in my next video in the camera comparison. You can observe over there, the video is right now being edited, so it will take some time. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel if you want to know about the camera comparison. And now next, let me go to the 5 megapixel macro. The 5 megapixel macro is also one of the best. However, it is one problem, it is fixed focus, means you have to go very close to the subject to get a proper macro shot. Another 5 megapixel is a typical depth sensor which you found in everyday phone. The front, by default in the rear camera, it will, from the 64 megapixel it does pixel binning, so by default it will click 16 megapixel. It is also dedicated 64 megapixel if you want a sharper object, and 32 megapixel in the front camera, focal length of f2.2. By default it will click 8 megapixel, but there is also dedicated 32 megapixel, same as from the rear camera. All the features present, 4K 30 up to, you can shoot 1080p 60 and 30p 720p as well as 30 fps, night mode, pro mode, portrait mode, hyperlapse, slow mo. All the features which we found in the rear camera are being present in the front camera setup. Now next question is, what are the USP? Is it worthy to buy this price at the asking price of 26,499? Let me just break this thing into 5 categories. The main USP of Samsung Galaxy A52 are IP67 protection. If you can see, the starting price of this phone is 26,499 for the 6GB RAM and 128GB storage. So at that price, I can't remember any phone which gives IP67 protection. That means this is the protection used for dust and water. If you dip your phone in water for 30 minutes, your phone will not get damaged, and it is also under warranty, means somehow if it get damaged, you will get replacement without any cost, because Samsung has assured that there is a dedicated certified IP67 for your both Samsung Galaxy A52 as well as your A72. Now next is OIS support. I can also assure you that there are hardly any phone that has OIS support. Samsung Galaxy A52 has a dedicated OIS support in the primary 64 megapixel rear camera. So which means now you can say what will be the difference between the EIS and OIS. Now let me just brief you. In OIS, what happens is, if we click picture in absolute darkness, so somehow if our hand shakes, then the quality of the picture will not get hampered. The quality will receive with the OIS is good. Then EIS what does it? It crops. That too, EIS is only applicable if it is daylight time, and if it is night, EIS will not be applicable because it is software based. However, OIS is hardware based. So if we had a dedicated hardware based system in our camera module, obviously the quality of the photo, the outcome of the photo that comes will be great, and it can be the most useful in the dark conditions, because in daylight all the phone performs equally good, but what is differentiates them is the quality of photos in darkness. So over here 64 megapixel rear camera with OIS support will give you fantastic shots, I can assure you that. And once you see the camera comparison which is expected to come right beginning of the next week, you can understand that what difference OIS creates, because the Samsung Galaxy A52 has also 64 megapixel camera, but OIS was not there over there. Over here OIS is there. In pixel 12 megapixel OIS is there. So you can understand those differences once I make the camera comparison, that how OIS is important. Now another one is very important, is in-display fingerprint scanner. There are no phones nowadays in in-display. All the vendors are putting the fingerprint scanner in the power on off button. Over here you can just see the fingerprint scanner is present in display, and the speed is also quite good. And the stereo speaker setup, the stereo speaker setup is fantastic. The earpiece as well as the primary speaker will act as a stereo speaker, and the surround sound which we receive, the bass which it creates is magnificent, and all the multimedia experience, considering such a vivid bright display, you are bound to enjoy your multimedia experience both through your wireless and wired headphones. And if you consume a lot of media, Samsung Galaxy A52 is the right choice for you. Another one is the 3 major Android version updates, which I already mentioned in my software portion of the video. This phone is bound to receive 3 major Android version updates. That means it has been launched with Android 11, 12, 13, 14. So up to 14 you are expected to receive Android version updates, as well as 4 years of security patch. So up to 2015 you will constantly receive updates. So I think with Snapdragon 720G processor, your phone will not get slow, because it will keep on receiving updates from Samsung. Your phone will keep on improving its performance from time to time. Another one is the Samsung brand value and the privacy. Nowadays we are very concerned about the privacy, because almost all of the work which we do in our regular life are being done through the phone considering the COVID situation. So we all want to have a safely environment in our phone, and with the Samsung brand value and the Samsung level of protection like knock support and all the dedicated software integration with hardware, all the data of our phone is more secured. And Samsung, considering it's an Indian brand, not Indian, it's a Korean, but all of the phones and its R&D based in India, so we can be a little more assured of our data privacy and protection. So in that also Samsung has a lot of service centers, so if your phone get damaged by any chance, your phone repair will be very easy. And Samsung has also a good brand value, so Samsung always charges a little more premium than its competition for all of these features. So I think at 26,499 as starting price, this is one of the best option available in the market right now. So I will test this phone for more rigorously, and I will make a dedicated full review in the coming 10-12 days. Before that, camera comparison will coming, and there's also a technical comparison with F52 will also be coming. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel Technology Zone so that you don't miss any of the notification, any of the video which I upload in the channel. If you enjoyed this video, then like this video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to my channel for more awesome content coming really soon, and I will catch you guys very soon. Bye bye, take care, God bless you my friends.